Okay, so now I would like to at some point to make summaries of this session. All of you already present the great presentation and the main idea of the session. I would like to add a few points about the first article about reason for developing 21st century skill. Because of these three reasons about fundamental change in the economy, job, and business, and new different skill demands, and also to achieve the gaps. The picture on the right side shows that the red area about character, qualities, and some competencies still lacking. So, in foundational literacy, we always focus on this in the curriculum, about student characters, qualities, and some competency that's quite abstract or difficult to teach or difficult to assess. This should be more emphasis in the curriculum. And this is the example how to design an instructional system to close loop and close the gap between different institutions. So if every institution or every school have the instructional system that start from create learning objectives and develop curricula and instructional strategy, deliver instruction, embed ongoing assessment, provide appropriate intervention, and track outcome and learning. This can improve quality of each curriculum and may close the loop, the gap between educational system. So this is another way to improve and solve the inequity problem between institutions. And these are the 21st century skills that you already mentioned in three groups. And this article is interesting. They study, analyze from 213 studies show that students who receive social-emotional learning instruction had achievement score that average 11 percentile points higher than those who did not. So not only knowledge, skill, or core competency that's important, but the social-emotional learning is quite important as well. This can also affect long-term benefits such as higher rate of employment and educational fulfillment. So maybe we should take a closer look on how to help students to develop social-emotional learning and this skill. We will have a later session about emotional intelligence. This is the variation of the how to teach and improve social-emotional skill of students. If students have social-emotional skill improvement, it can affect their competencies and character qualities. And this can be implemented since childhood until they graduate from higher education. For example, if you want to improve their critical thinking or problem solving, you might need to give constructive feedback to them. Or if you want to foster or enhance creativity, then you have to offer opportunity for students to build and innovate. So you have to provide their study times or give them some tasks that they can build or create new things in the curriculum. So your curriculum has to be quite flexible on the study time. Collaborative skill, you have to give them opportunity to do the group work and observe how they work together and assess this skill. About character qualities, you can see that nowadays students that have like mental problems increasing in the past. For example, they tend to have burnout, depression, or anxiety and stress. This can be decreased by improving these character qualities. For example, adaptability, how to foster the adaptability skill. You may have to let them practice flexibility and structure, or build opportunity for them to learn from failure. In some career, for example, doctor, failure is like the stigma for the student. They will not show their mistake, and sometimes they lie or they cover their mistake. So how can you create safe psychological space for them to express that mistake, accept their mistake, and learn from that mistake? It's quite challenging, but it is a thing that we have to reconsider. Otherwise, students will like show us what we would like to see. But after they graduate, they will be themselves. That is quite dangerous. Leadership. Do we have any study course that they can try to negotiate with others? Any tasks, any extracurricular activities that they can practice how to be a leader, how to show respect or tolerance for others, how they can show empathy. There is a study show that when medical students achieve higher level, their empathy will be decreased. So it is quite frightened to see that, because when you learn more about being a doctor, you should have more empathy, but it is another way around. So we have to look back and see what's happened. Do we emphasize on knowledge only, not the real care about patient, or not making doctor-patient relationship? So we have to create more opportunity for them to reflection how they feel and how they see others. This can help their social and cultural awareness development. How they and in the last 10 years, you will see the trend of the top 10 skills from World Economic Forum about future job. You see that in the past 10 years, the complex problem solving or analytic thinking and innovation is the high rank that needed for world market. In 2025, that top 10 skills are analytic thinking and innovation, active learning and learning strategies, complex problem solving, thinking and analysis, creativity, originality, and initiative. I think this one can be fostered by provide opportunity for students to do a research, so they can create new knowledge or innovation to the world. Leadership and social influence. We have formal curricula to foster this skill for students, or it is skill by chance, extracurricular activities. How to integrate this opportunity for students that mandatory for them to learn in your curriculum. Technology use, monitoring and control? Do they have awareness on AI bias, AI hallucination, plagiarism, something like that? Technology design and programming. This one also important, resilience, stress tolerance, and flexibility, because the world changing and we have diverse people in the world, and now there is no limit for them to like travel across the world. How they can cope with uncertainties and diversity of people. And the last one about reasoning, problem solving, and ideation. And this is the job landscape in 2022 and 2025, similar to the top skill. This is the job that growing job demand. It's about data analysis, scientist, AI, digital marketing, business development, software, internet, information security. And the decreasing job demand data entry clerks, the routine repetitive jobs, this will be decreasing in demand. Good. So another article talk about how to plan and design health science course to promote 21st century skill using 3 elements. Wow. And this one provoked us to think how we should touch students more intentionally and effectively to gain 21st century skill. I'm not sure whether your curriculum emphasis on 21st century skill or sometimes we like which is extracurricular activities, go to student affairs departments, not the curriculum development, something like that. So this might be the good time that we rethink and decide more intentionally and effectively. So this one, they talk about in the past that they believe that reduced size class or increased teacher ratio will make the curriculum more quality and can support students on 21st century skill. But actually it is not enough to just reduce the class size if you don't change the way you teach them or deliberately or other content. So the 3 elements are better curriculum, better teaching, and better test. About better curriculum, they talk about skill and content that are not separate but intertwined. So both are necessary. If the students have knowledge but no thinking skill, they cannot make right decision. Or if they have good thinking skill but no knowledge, they cannot achieve the right answer as well. For the content part, they will learn not only by like spoon feeding or in the lecture how they need to expose varied example and then abstract the concept of what they learn and apply to the new situations. So this is not just recall the knowledge. They have to learn by very example and teach not only the knowledge and skill but also self-direction, collaboration, creativity, and innovation. So how to foster these skills, you have to provide them to have experience, to practice with constructive feedback by expert on skill person. So you must treat both knowledge and content equally. And also practice method that they mentioned about is the student-centered method, such as problem-based learning, project-based learning. About project-based, they can practice collaboration, work in the real-world problem, and engage with the community. So video class only is not enough. You have to change strategies. And highly effective teacher is not only expert that have a lot of knowledge only, but they have to be able to engage students with content, manage classroom atmosphere, and monitoring student progress. So one of my junior colleagues said to me that he thinks that he's an expert in his specialties, but on the first day that he teach students, he feels that it is his failure because he don't know how to engage students. He cannot manage student activities. So he tried to ask me how to improve their teaching strategies, and he had to decide the learn study strategy, or he had to decide how to use other material or strategies in class, or even take students to experience real world problem to engage students. Okay. So this article suggests to call for greater collaboration among teachers. If you can make a community of practice between faculty members, it could help a lot, so they can share their expertise in teaching. So this is better than hiring more teachers. And technology can help collaboration. In my faculty, we have two campuses about 60 kilometers apart. So the IT system can help us a lot to communicate and collaborate on teaching and have the meeting. Okay. And also, teacher in the same context can share better way to solve the same problem. So I think it is very important to form teachers' community of practice, and it is effective than sending some teacher to some workshop and then come back with or without applying those things that they learned from the workshop. But if they can share the solution that they face in the institution, this can help each other and build more and more knowledge in the institution. Okay. Staff development planner engage best teacher to planning, execution, feedback, and continue planning. Mm-hmm. So maybe we should think about how to recruit teacher or support them, and also deselect the teacher that we think that may be difficult to change or to improve. Mm-hmm. In my experience, deselected is quite difficult for the context. Maybe only the attitude or mistreat behavior that can deselect the teacher, but we usually support and develop their teaching skill more than using the deselected strategies. And also the recruitment is very important. Some faculty staff, they don't know how much burden or how much teaching hours that they have to responsibility on. So when they become real teacher, they might think, oh, this is too much teaching. They want to do research or others. So it is important to orientate them and be clear about their job description before entry, because after entry it is quite difficult to deal or to make negotiation. Okay, about the better test, there's a lot of tests, but feasibility is quite difficult. So to assess the abstract skill is quite challenging, but it is possible. Maybe you have to create on how to assess this 21st century skill. Sometimes you might have to assess in group, not individual. Sometimes you have to create new tool, like another Rubik scale to assess from the project-based activities that you assign students to do. Okay, so MCQ is quite cheap and easy to manage, but it is not enough to assess the 21st century skill. So maybe we need more creativity to, I think Rubik is quite reasonable to create, and it can be used with good student acceptance, because without any tools, students will say that it's not fair. But the Rubik score can decrease interventor, differentiate on making score for students.